What's up, YouTube? What's up, YouTube? What's up, Twitch? Uh, how y'all doing? I hope y'all having a good day because my day went well. Because thing about this stream, I will be talking about the Aquaman franchise and Aquaman 2 movie as a whole, and just what the Aquaman 2 movie probably can do for DC or DC future. Could be good, bad, in between. I'm not sure about. I'm just not sure, in my opinion, if some of the critics are just biased against DC or something like that. Because they thought some test screen went bad. Was kind of like, in my opinion, it's kind of backwards because the thing about it shoot that they was actually hyping up that Ant-Man movie, but they downplaying the Aquaman movie, which don't make no sense, in my opinion, which I don't like. Because the thing about it, what's up, barcode? You hear about the early test screens of Aquaman 2 sound like the Marvel people sound like downplaying the Aquaman movie?
Yeah, I heard about yeah.
Because the thing about it, that they said the same thing just about the first Aquaman movie, just saying that it just ain't test world. Just for the first Aquaman
Uh,
movie, and that movie made a billion some dollars.
yeah, probably take out like the Emma Hammers with that. Emma Hurt, yeah,
Yeah, but the thing is, it sound like Amber Heard was always gonna be in the movie, because things
yeah,
they already just had filming. It
yeah.
was too late to take her out.
I mean, they did do some footage of her, something like that. Yeah, well, I know for the
Yeah,
second movie. Yeah,
they take out most of her footage and stuff like that. But the
right,
thing is, she already had contract and stuff like that, and
right,
that's kind of
yeah,
like the bad thing about it.
right,
And that's kind of the bad thing that I didn't like about, because the thing about it, I was WB. Shoot, now I still could tell that she was lying. I always could tell she was lying. I said, man, y'all can't tell that Amber Heard was lying because we all know if Johnny would have hit her just one time, he would have been in jail.
yeah. That's true. Yeah, that's
He
true.
would have
Yeah,
been in jail
that's true.
because shoot, because the thing about it is sound like WB was scared to go against the Me Too movement at the time, because you look at it, shoot, the Me Too movement was sound like just a real big thing.
Right.
Just until they find out that the ladies was using Me Too movement just to falsely accuse people, and now
Yeah,
people just don't believe them. Like I've been said, always go with the evidence because then people always lie, males and females. They about they lie to keep themselves just in a good light.
yeah,
And kind of like for me now, should it be because like some of the things they put in the Aquaman movie, because it said the Black Manta got an upgraded suit. They say the fight
right.
scenes look better, and this is gonna be a bad thing.
Yeah,
It, it, if the Aquaman 2 movie looked better than the Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantum Realm, was supposed to be revolutionary as people have been saying the times from Star Wars, that gotta make Marvel look even worse.
right. Yeah,
Be, because you look at the Aquaman deal with a whole another world too,
yeah,
underwater. Because like the first Aquaman one was actually good. The special effects was pretty good, and the story was
right,
basic, but the story was good enough for you to follow.
right.
And it kind of like thing that I don't get it sounds like the people that sound like the same people who criticize the Aquaman one story is the same people that be defending Marvel movies just for basic stories. I say, Wait a minute now. Wasn't you the same person that defended all these other movies just the basis stories for Marvel, but you can't do it for DC?
Yeah, weird.
Because it kind of seemed like people was like in consistent in time for the world stuff like that. People was kind of inconsistent and stuff like that time for that
Yeah,
just being fair to the movie. Because think about me, shoot,
right,
I could be fair to Marvel and DC movies and other movies.
right,
Be Because the thing about it, I like them people that do these movie reviews. I'm able to tell the good, the bad, and plus the things that the movie just can improve on. They're
right,
doing my
yeah,
reviews. They're doing my reviews. But you see these people right now that be on D Chris be lying, man. Talk some.
right,
This movie right here is Star Wars because
right,
you can't be telling me that movie a quantum man pushing like Star Wars, but that's what I look at the movie. It's not even like it. It's not even like Star Wars at all.
right.
Because you look at Star Wars now,
It's way
shoot the
different.
Star Wars, but new ones are just like a copy of paste, just in the older movies. You look at the
Right,
new Star Wars. Because think about for me, I was the Star Wars people that I would use the just the Mandalorian show just to fill in the blanks after episode 7 and just cancel episode 8 and 9
right,
in the Star Wars universe. That's what I would do. Because if you look at it, you can use shows like Ahsoka, the Acolyte show, the people coming out for Star Wars and stuff like that. Use those
yeah,
series to fill in the blank after episode 7
yep,
and just make 8 and 9 non-canon.
yeah,
And and that's kind of my thing, which I think it could be better
yeah,
on
very
the
fun.
Star Wars fandom. Because the thing like I learned is deal with Marvel and Star Wars fans of Disney. They some of them some of them people are just not reasonable. Which I TikTok and YouTube and stuff in that comment section, them suckers
Yeah,
not reasonable sometimes.
yeah,
And that's kind of like I learned sometimes. And you try to sound like the movies just like the MCU, and you try to tell some of the things that the show doing wrong. They will tell you that you don't know comic books. You know that because you know it's the same people that try to tell you about your criticism this ain't valid, and they try to tell you that you didn't look at the shows or look at the comic books.
yeah,
And that'd be the dumbest thing in the world. Dumbest thing in the world because they in my opinion when you ask them if they read a comic book, they say no. I say, how are you supposed to criticize me, somebody who actually read comic books, who look at the anime shows and stuff like that, and
right.
you try to criticize me? Come on, man,
Yeah,
that don't make no
yeah,
sense.
yeah. It doesn't make sense at all, right?
Because you go on TikTok and stuff like that, boy, them Disney Marvel fans is like defending this Ant-Man movie like it's
Yeah,
nothing. They defend it how something. It's a good movie. It's meant for kids. I say, what kind of movie up in them just would teach kids just how to steal? Come
yeah,
on now. Because last time I checked, a kids show don't teach you how to steal a prototype. and stuff like that.
Right.
Everything like that on the movie, and kind of like the things, um, kind of like things I know dealing with the Aquaman movie. Shoot, I think the Aquaman movie probably could, like in my opinion, it probably could lead to a war in between the Justice League and plus Atlantis because you seen the on the movie the Throne for Atlantis and stuff like that.
Right. Yeah.
So they probably could have adopted that and just put their own spin on it, like they did for the Flash movie, the Flash trailer and stuff like that. And they said that on that Tom Holland is coming back just for Spider-Man 4. Uh, this is me. Spider-Man should have been in college after the second movie because it made him be in high school for all them years. I said most of Peter villains came in when he was in college,
Right.
not in high school. Because you look at his villains came in about his senior year in high school
Yeah.
and into college. And he was graduating already because he was the smartest one in school anyway.
Right. Yeah.
And that's kind of like the one thing that kind of don't, and that's kind of like the one thing that bothered me just by the Tom Holland Spider-Man. That why he's still in high school just after 3 movies, and he should have been out of
Yeah.
high school.
That's what. Yeah.
Because you look at he was in high school. Shoot, that kind of like dumbed down some of the stakes he could have had
I mean. Yeah.
that he could have had up in the movies.
Right.
Because you look at the Toby Maguire movies, he went from high school. He he went from high school to college in one movie,
Right.
and by the time Spider-Man 2 came and stuff like that, by the time Spider-Man 2 came, he was in college, graduating from college, and up at the second Spider-Man movie, and he got his first job by the
Right.
time the
Yeah.
second Spider-Man movie came out. I don't get how the person that is making these Tom Holland Spider-Man movies just can't time up time. Let's say, but 6 months later, he graduated from school and stuff like that.
Right.
Because, like, say, after the first one, he was a junior, and by the time the second movie, this should have him as a senior going into his freshman year in college.
Yeah.
By the time the second Spider-Man movie, because then by the time the fourth one come, they could have had like by the time the fourth one, so they could have had that on that symbiote on storyline by now. They could have had a symbiote. They could have had a Craven. They could have had um. It could have had a whole bunch of stuff,
Right. Yeah. I agree with that.
and and that kind of like disappointed me in a way.
Yeah.
And that kind of like disappointed me, like in a way it did with the Spider-Man movies because think about it, I was used to the Toby Spider-Mans in a way because you look at Toby Spider-Man, shoot, they had stakes to it.
Right.
They
Yeah.
had stakes to the Toby Spider-Man, but the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man messed up. Um, in my opinion, up to the second one because the first one just was average, but the second one supposed to be better than the first.
Right. Yeah.
And that kind of messed them up in a way if you look at it by because the first one he was fighting the lizard man, but up in the second one she died. I say, why would you kill Gwen Stacy up in a movie that you barely see him? That's kind of dumb.
Yeah.
because now everybody this should have kept Gwen Stacy because that's what she was the one that was keeping that she was keeping the movie together.
Right. Yeah.
And for like the DC movies, shoot, I think this Atlantis movie probably could lead into Superman the Legacy movie.
Right.
The Superman Legacy movie, or probably could lead into the Flash up in the up in the post credit scene.
Right.
Because the next thing and it kind of like for the critics and stuff for this Aquaman movie, I just don't trust it.
Mm. Yeah.
I don't trust the critics time for DC movies.
Yeah.
Be, be, because like some of the stuff that they said that bad by DC actually was good movies.
Yeah.
Because they try to say the Aquaman one movie wanted to make no money, but that movie made over $1 billion. And you try to tell
Yeah.
me, the listening you, who
Yeah.
guessed wrong. Yeah, they always guess wrong time for DC movies, but for Marvel movies, they think they know everything.
Yeah.
And kind of like for Aquaman, shoot, and for this movie, and this is more serious, and that's actually a good thing for the second movie to be more serious because that's what he's a king now, and he got king duties.
Yeah.
And kind of like the people talk something, it just ain't as funny as the first one. I say, y'all do know that Aquaman is a king, right? And he's actually as serious up in the comic books.
Right.
And, and these Disney MCU movies just not train people so much that they just had jokes in the movies. Just for somebody else just be serious with the movie stuff like that.
Yeah.
They call it bad.
Yep.
And that's kind of the thing that I don't like. I say, why you calling the movie bad? Because you don't like
Yeah.
you don't like a movie tone, which is dumb in my opinion.
Yeah. I agree with you.
It and that's way dumb in my opinion. Telling someone you don't like the movie because of the tone. I say, what type of tone do you want in the movie? Did
Yeah.
you know they tell me sometimes in the comments? They tell some
Yeah.
them want an Ant-Man 1 type tone. I say, what in the world are you talking about? Ant-Man like type tone.
Yeah. What?
Just for an Aquaman movie, who's a king? That don't make no sense.
Yeah. True. Yeah.
And kind of like the Aquaman movie, shoot, and plus shoot, I think Ben Affleck might be coming back too after
Right.
the Flash movie,
Right.
and that would make sense because they have him up in the trailer with the
Mm-hmm.
Flash. Because you look at it, shoot, I think that Henry Cavill might not have killed Zod up in Flashpoint World, or something like that.
Right.
And plus, it might have been it might have been the two Flashes that had defeated Zod and stuff like that up in the Flash
Right.
movie.
Right.
And it's kind of like the bad thing about it. Shoot, the Aquaman 1 movie did more did more explaining for the did more explaining different their world just than the Quantum Realm movie did it
Right.
in 3 hours.
Yeah.
It was 2 hours some minute. And that's kind of like the bad thing that I don't like uh, uh, half the time. They're dealing with the movies. They're dealing with the Marvel movies sometimes. Be, because like the Marvel movies just got critics trained to look for jokes all the time in all these movies.
Right. Yeah.
because you made the Batman movie and stuff like that,
Right.
just with Ryan Pattinson.
Yeah.
People and people had the nerves they talk something. It wasn't no light moments in the movie. I say it's a Batman movie. What in the
Yeah.
world you talking about light moments?
Yeah. What?
That his origin story. His origin story is actually dark people.
Yes. No.
Because it kind of seemed like to me that some people just can't take the truth just by the heroes.
Yeah.
Because the heroes think it because the hero origin story is not actually light. If you look at it as a whole,
Yeah.
if they look at them help as a whole, sound like on the Thor the on the Thor origin, his story not light, but it made a joke up in the MCU.
Yeah.
They made Thor Ragnarok a joke. And how in the world do you do that?
Yeah. How though?
They made him a joke. Be,
Yeah.
because no, not, I was saying to myself, I said a joke is not a joke. And
That's
y'all try
why.
to tell me tell us I'm judging the movie too
Yeah.
harshly. I said I saw an animated jump. I'm going by the animated because that's what I was just going by the comics. I would have get that movie an F.
Yeah.
that that movie Love and Thunder and
Yeah.
plus Ragnarok. All both of them suck. Just as a Thor movie.
Right.
This is a Thor movie. Man, that movie sucked.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like for me. Shoot, I give both of them movies a C plus. Shoot, that's just me. I give it a C plus just for being nice.
Right.
Because shoot, I just a being mean just to be mean. Oh man, shoot. Because shoot, I just a being mean right quick, bro.
Right.
Boy, I would have given both of them movies an F, and they would have really been on my head. I just would have put that review out, and both of them was being F.
Yeah.
And because we all know right now, if I would have made a separate video saying that Ant-Man Quantum Realm movie was an F, boy, them Disney fans would have been on my head, and for I know they would
Yeah.
be because their feelings get hurt too quick. Because you notice right on TikTok, YouTube and stuff like that, if
Yeah.
because you call a DC movie bad, they expect you to take it and keep it going.
Yeah.
And DC people don't really get mad most of the time anyway.
Right.
But them Marvel people, boy, and you go inside a Marvel channel and you try to criticize one of their favorite movies, oh man, they would call you a hater. They would call you talking about something.
Yeah.
You just don't know the comic books. You just don't know the run and stuff like that. I keep on saying, how in the world you gonna tell me that I don't know the run in the comic books, and plus the video director say he don't even read the comic books, and he made a Thor movie, two of them.
Yeah.
I keep on saying to myself, I say, how did Kevin Feige let him make the last two movies, the last the last two Thor movies, and he supposed to be
The best.
he
The
supposed
best
to be a
movie is
director?
not great. Yeah.
I just don't get it.
Yeah. How it be the best movie is not that good
Be,
or very bad.
because it kind of seemed like yeah, and kind of like the bad thing the bad thing about that Takiti man dealing with Marvel should it seem like to me like he made all the serious stuff that happened into a joke. Because you look at Ragnarok and this Mahela came in, um, he made he made her joke a little bit. I said, what in the world?
Yeah.
I said, I kept saying to myself, I said, how in the world did you make hella a joke inside a movie that puts the be about destruction? I know I said it's Marvel.
Yeah.
Because we all know that you couldn't pull that in DC. Man, you can't pull that in
True.
DC.
Nope.
Because no fans will be on your head. Because they tried changing Batman origin one time, and no Batman fans came home.
Yeah.
Because the Batman people were saying to some that's not the right way and stuff like that. I said okay.
Right.
The DC fans actually fight for um the, on the right stuff most of the time.
Right.
Deal with movies and comics, and kind of like for the Gotham High thing, they made for like for DC Batman stuff. People didn't buy it, and they not making no more.
Yeah.
That's the difference.
Yeah.
Th- That's the difference in between DC and Marvel. Because the thing about DC people vote with their wallet. Marvel people still it's still buy the junk. I said,
Right.
how you still buying the on the comic run that you don't like, and know that, and plus you know that most of the stuff anyway that's up in the comic book thing, everything like that will be
Right.
bad.
Yeah.
And plus you look at some of the new heroes that Marvel try to make. I keep on saying, tell something. Why would you name your hero Snowflake? Snowflake,
I
really?
don't know why.
And that was the worst name that you could come up with a hero name. Snowflake. That was dumb.
That's yes, right down. Not even awesome. I mean, like
And, and,
okay
and plus,
name.
they made it, and they made it tell us some. He he wanted to make it a meme. At the
Why?
internet culture, I said,
That's
making a meme and actually writing a serious comic book is two different things, and for you wasting company money too.
right. The anime, right? I mean, in the Marvel Cinematic Universe are a lot. So what point of it?
Because they call themselves the New Warriors. I say y'all could call yourselves the Soft Warriors.
Yeah.
Because the thing about it,
Right.
it shouldn't be no warrior named Snowflake. Snowflake,
No.
come on, man.
That puts the
Because we
side
are,
character.
man, that just don't make no sense.
No. Should be
Name
like
itself
side character or
Snow.
something else, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Not the main character, but no, it's a side character at least. But
and it kind of like the bad thing about it. Should it get me funny? The Power Ranger universe, movie universe,
right.
and end up being better than Marvel Phase 4 and 3.
I give it credit, yeah, for it.
And that's my thing, which I'll be laughing at all the Marvel fans if that ended up happening. And so you know the Marvel fans hate the Power Ranger universe because they thought something too serious in Power Rangers. I say you can't be a joke either as Power
Right.
Rangers because you got to train.
Yeah.
Like the Marvel people have at the time who don't even train themselves,
Right.
which is the worst thing in the world. Which I learned like um half of the Marvel people don't even train. Who
Yeah.
heroes? I say, wait a minute now. How you don't train your powers? It, even Batman, Robin, Dick Grayson, everybody in DC, all them
Yeah.
trains, all them heroes be training. And you telling me that should that said that you don't train your powers or nothing?
Well,
That don't make no sense in my opinion.
yeah.
Because I just me.
The logic doesn't make sense first.
And Dark Barcode. How
Yeah.
about the reader thing? It is the good reader is gonna be that. And you heard about the watch time that the Power Ranger special supposed to be?
For that, I don't know.
Because this is the Power Ranger anniversary thing supposed to be 55
Okay.
minutes, and that's a good thing
I mean, in short episodes, yeah, not like something like that, yeah. Not like 4 long movies, something like that, yeah.
because you look at it, 55 minutes could explain a lot.
I mean, yeah, I see it, yeah.
Because think about it, when that episode come out, I might do some kind of watch party on it and stuff like that.
Okay.
Because then if I do a watch party on it, more people will be able to help me out with some of the stuff that happened up in the episode.
Right.
That stuff like that. Because some things probably could change based on the stuff that happened behind most of the time.
Right.
Because you look at some of the last stuff and everything else like that. Shoot, the last crossover special, this what Tommy and everybody else was in it. They were on Ninja Steel. Sucks. I didn't even know that Tommy was coming back just as the Black Dino Ranger and stuff like that,
Right,
doing
yeah.
that, doing that crossover, and that was a nice surprise to
Okay,
see.
yeah. Get the maximum for it, yeah.
You know, because the thing about for me, shoot that. Because thing about for me,
Mm.
they need to make Adam a master morpher.
At least, yeah. That like some Power Rangers have duplicate power, so they give them power because some Power Rangers have transferred, so yeah.
Uh, because the primaries that need it is TJ and In Space
Right.
and Turbo. TJ
Yeah.
needed.
Yeah,
Adam
multiple
needed.
Ranger power. Right, yeah.
Yeah, I would say Aisha, but she not a ranger in this.
Really? That was
I, Aisha was the Lone Ranger member. She was Lone Ranger, and she was Summer Zio or Turbo,
yeah,
one
but
of them.
I mean it was Zeo, not Turbo. Or no, it was no, it was Zeo, yeah, not Turbo. It was different, I think. Yeah.
Because think about she passed her power down to town. You remember?
Yeah, right, yeah, it was yeah.
And she was two rangers, but she not in shape enough to do it now.
Right, yeah. But Adam, I mean, yeah, more
Adam
like
is,
two at least more power because mm, Black then no, Mastodon same with Zach. So yeah,
yeah, yeah. Because
they
think
come
about
back.
me, shoot. Because think about me, in a future crossover, I would like to see Jared that was in Jungle Fury come back
Mm, yeah,
to help out the Power Rangers.
yeah,
Because right, if you look at it, that would show in my opinion how far he can.
right,
Uh, ever since Jungle Fury,
yeah,
because this should have him and Casey come back. Him, Casey,
right,
and Theo. If those three can come back, because I know Lily be busy
right,
most of the time. The actress Lily, she be busy half of the time and stuff like that. And kind of like they said, it's supposed to be like a robot Rita. But the
right,
thing about it, shoot, that on that robot Rita could be a evil one or some kind of spy, just a spy inside the evil villains or something like that.
yeah,
Because we know the real Rita is in Mystic Force. She's the
right,
Mystic Mother
right,
because that can't be her. But the thing is, Zach and Billy just don't know that yet. No,
right,
like that Rita just had turned good, and she made Rangers
yeah,
himself.
right.
But the thing about it, shoot, wouldn't that count the Green Ranger? That was in Mighty Morphin. Was it Mighty Morphin? Just as a Mister Ranger?
The green. No, what?
Because you know that Rita made the Power Rangers and Mystic Force, right?
Right, yeah.
Uh, wouldn't that count Tommy as one of them?
As
Said she made him
um,
too.
yeah, because yeah, I think so.
Be, because you remember up in Mighty Morphin, like she was the one that made the Green Ranger power thing.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
That would make Tommy the first Mystic Ranger.
I think. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
She was evil at the time, but that's what
Yeah.
that still would count.
I guess. I mean, yeah. The logic works.
Because you look at Mighty Morphin, she, she would try to find somebody to be her soldier who worked for her and stuff like that, and she used her
Right.
spell to turn Tommy into a ranger.
I mean, microphone. Yeah.
Yeah, and kind of like that would count Tommy as one of the Mister Rangers that that, that never crossed over
Right.
inside the show. I think so. Because you look at it, he lost his power just by a candle. Remember the spell?
Yeah.
That would count Tommy as one of the first Mystic Ranger that wouldn't count as a Mystic Ranger.
Right.
Hmm. And kind of like in my opinion, um, if they want to make the Power Rangers take a break for a year, they need to make the show the Metal Heroes sound like the Phantom Ranger that was in Mighty Morphin, and
Right.
plus the Blue Sentry Ranger. Those two were friends. Remember in one of the older Power Ranger
Right.
series, it was Blue it was Blue Centurion and Phantom,
Right.
and then so it was the Metal Hero that was in Beast Morphers. That's
Right.
three
Yeah.
Rangers right there. And so they probably can make that just as original show and just make two more original Metal Heroes
Yep.
because should that'd be a good thing in my opinion though if they can do it,
Yeah.
or they can bring in like a Ultraman show
Hmm.
onto live action.
Right.
Because the thing is, shoot, that people already like the anime stuff already of Ultraman,
Right.
and that wouldn't be a stretch.
Hmm.
And plus, shoot, that wouldn't be a stretch to put the Ultraman show just as a live action show. And kind of thing that shoot, I think for like because they must shoot man shoot I think that Adam probably could do like if Adam come in, they need
Hmm.
to show how Adam and plus Aisha is just like SPD because they need to explain that.
Right.
Be, be, because the last time I checked is that shoot. The last time I checked is that at SPD was in the future,
Right.
and they kind of made it into a present thing unless they do something. And that's kind of the thing that I don't get half of the time. They're dealing with the stuff they got.
Right.
Because you look at the Power Ranger timeline, that wouldn't make no sense. And Adam, and plus Aisha just be part of SPD up in the year
Yeah.
3000, unless they're doing some type of unless they're doing some type of thing or something like that with it.
Yeah. Somewhat. Yeah.
And unless they're doing child traveling or some kind of dimension hopping, helping SPD get on their foot, something like that. It got to be something.
Yeah.
Because that jump don't make no sense to be like a that won't make no sense to be just to be like that most of the time. because you look at half of the stuff that I be seeing it sound like for Power Ranger stuff. That jump be
Right.
good though.
Yeah.
Because all right, when you look at the Power Ranger shows and for the stuff you probably fill in the blanks,
Yeah.
man, that just it's so much it's so much that you just could put in it yourself,
Right.
just as a fan film and everything like that. And that's kind of thing I done that shoot I done seen most of the time. Shoot, that's just me. That just me is looking at it from the outside in because should you look at Jungle Fury, they didn't show what happened to the masters that after the spell realm that they were still alive, or if the master just went to a whole different dimension.
Right.
And kind of like in my opinion, just like Ninja Storm, how did Dustin, Tori, and Shane didn't know it was a Thunder Academy? Because just I thought all the masters got together.
Probably something else. Something. Yeah, and as Omega's like on that one.
Because that wouldn't make no sense just for like the rest of the people that just to have stuff like that most of the time now because you got all these type of because you got all this stuff like that as part of your universe.
Right.
Because you got air,
Yeah.
air, and earth, and plus the
Hmm.
samurai power, which you, but you didn't know about thunder and lightning, and not even the master knew about it. The mentor,
Yeah, probably
because
some. Just right.
be because like in my opinion, that's kind of like irresponsible of the masters just not to know what other schools exist.
Uh, I don't know. That one I need to ask Mezak on what he knows about Ninja Storm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And kind of like for Hyperforce, if you look at it, Hyperforce timeline and Time Force, those two go together. One of D&D, one of live action. Both of them go together.
Right. Yeah.
They need to make one just for Mega Force, just for D&D,
Right.
just to make that show look better.
Yeah.
Because the thing about it, um, they was keep on pushing Troy, showing a big battle. They keep on pushing it and keep on showing it, but they never explain how Troy knew.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah. I agree on that.
And that's kind of like my problem because like the show itself it wasn't the worst show, but it wasn't the best either.
Right.
And that's kind of like me. It's not the worst show. It's not the best. But the show just the reason why Troy was the only one that could see the big battle. No one couldn't see it. Gia, Emily just could see it. All self in him.
Right.
Because for me, it sounds like did Troy has some type of powers or something like that to be able to see these stuff. Be, because the only thing I can think of it sounds like shoot he's some type of he was born from somebody that was a former ranger, and
Yeah.
he
I can
might
see that.
have abilities to see stuff, deal with monsters.
Right. I will explain how you get dreamed of like from dreams something else. Right.
Yeah, because for me, that'd be the only way that such you just could like explain the reason how he could in my opinion CD powers, CD monsters and bit battles and stuff like that. He was the only one that could see it.
Right.
That was the only thing I could think of. It is just one of his parents, the stuff like that, just be doing stuff like that. That's the only thing I could think of. His parents or something like that probably can do it,
Yeah.
and that's kind of like the one thing that I don't like. Most of the time, just dealing with stuff like that,
Yeah.
and dealing with just unanswered stuff.
Yeah.
That kind of disappointed me. Stuff like that. That kind of disappointed, and that's kind of like the one thing that disappointed me about that. That kind of disappointed me about the Mega Force season because think about it. I was thinking Mega Force sounded like the Infinity War of Power Rangers. You know what I mean? Because then, like, if you look at it, they could have did Infinity Wars. They could have did the Power Rangers sound like Infinity War, just showing the bad guys conquering different planets, and just showing the Power Rangers fighting and training and stuff like that. Different monsters around the city, and but they might both of them meet just at the end of the season. It'd be a big battle. They think they killed the monster just at the end of the first season, and that's what the second season pop up.
Right.
Because they, in my opinion, shoot, that would be good. In my opinion,
Yeah.
shoot, they showed it, man. They showed them Rangers just doing their thing most of the time,
Agree.
and that'd be a
Yeah.
good thing, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
I agree for yeah.
And kind of like the next thing they need to do is something like shoot, I need to see, in my opinion, what happened to the Lightspeed program that wasn't Lightspeed.
Right. Yeah.
Because we know that Lippis is still out there.
Right. Yeah.
Queen Bathsheba's son. He's still out there looking for revenge and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because you notice, like in later season of Power Rangers and stuff like that, he still was out there healthy and everything. I said,
Yeah.
God, no, that's like a still alive. Because in my opinion, I I thought that he was dead,
Yeah.
but they showed, in my opinion, that it didn't. They just destroyed. Shoot, he was dead, but shoot that. I think somebody just had brought him alive. I think,
Yeah.
and kind of like in my opinion, this be like a bad combination for the Rangers to follow. Lord Zed, Scorpina, and plus Olympus, that for like speed rescue. Because then if we look at it, Scorpina got the speed they did with the female Rangers, and then you go with Olympus and Lord Zed.
Right.
That that's a dangerous combination if they ever work together.
Yeah.
And plus, like in my opinion, everybody just think that in my opinion, because you saw the video that Phantom made or something like that, responding to somebody that said that on a time is circular. I said, how in the world do you make time circular?
Right.
You saw the video on Phantom channel. He, he had responded to somebody who could that he responded to somebody that said time is circular. I said because of the morphin mass or something. I said time is not circular.
Yeah.
This is not the quantum realm. There's what stuff don't get explained. Because you look at the early Power Ranger seasons, they always said that the Power Ranger stuff in it
Yeah.
it's not circular, just in a straight line. And everybody noticed. Everybody noticed
Right.
that follow the Power Ranger timeline. Everybody noticed who followed the Power Ranger timeline. Because because like the next because like for me, right, that
Right.
they need to start making seasons older Power Rangers, I think, something like that.
Right.
that's coming together to face
Yeah.
their old enemies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Sound like this one doing it, if they can do it just with older Rangers mixed with new, because think about it, how did they find out that Trini had a daughter? That's the thing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out too. Because they're showing her in the trailer, but they're not because they're not showing how Trini, how Zordon found out that Trini had a daughter. Unless
Right.
Zordon found out.
Right. Yeah.
Because think about it, well, Trini had tell Zordon though,
Probably. Yeah.
because we knew at first that Trini didn't want to be a Power Ranger along with Zach Billy. The only person that wanted to do it was Jason.
Right.
That up in the first season of the Power Rangers, I think, sounded like first or second episode.
Right.
I think with Jason was the only one, right? That was looking at the morpher who wanted to be a Ranger. Seemed
Yeah.
like, and it sounded like the other thing I didn't like about the some of the things that leave unsaid and Power Rangers sometimes. Because like the unsaid stuff, it, it get on my nerves sometimes,
Yeah.
and that's kind of like the bad thing in my opinion. Some of the stuff that unsaid, it sound like the writers don't even answer.
Right.
It's it sounds like in Law Galaxy, um, why they might lost his powers, but the thing is, it sound like Leo still kept his after he got he used his last energy. Remember just to say Terra Adventure, he sacrificed his Red Ranger powers. I think something like that, and that's kind of like and that's kind of like the bad thing. And
Right.
it sounds like Law Galaxy. It sounds like a underrated season
Yeah.
because think about it. People hated Leo at first, therefore becoming the Red Ranger. But I said is give it a chance, and that's what the show was actually good, and the writing was good too. That was one of the best well written seasons, I think, in my opinion. That just me and my season. That just me in my opinion about that. Because you look at Ninja Storm was well written, Mighty Morphin, Zeo, Mighty Morphin, Zeo, Jungle Fury, um,
Right.
Samurai was cool, but it wasn't the best written season. And and that's kind of thing that I don't get sometimes. Is it sound like people overhype certain seasons be, because think about it, before the Samurai Pirates came out, people was hyping that show up. I say, um, let this show breathe and work on its own. Just instead of y'all giving it all its hype,
Right.
and and that's kind of me in my opinion about it because shoot, the thing about me is shoot, I like to give a show a chance, but the thing about some people expect too much from a show,
Right.
and kind of like the Orange Ranger, the Fern being the Orange Ranger. But the thing about me, I probably would have make it somebody else that was new.
Yeah.
That that would have been my choice because think about it,
Yeah.
if you try to make it Fern, some people just might take it the wrong way and just might call it HJW and stuff like that. and people on YouTube take everything too far, and that probably was the reason why I probably wouldn't have did it.
yeah,
And that is my opinion on it. I probably make somebody new because think about it,
right,
because she could have been like a big part of the series without being the Ranger. Because you look at
right,
Buck and Skull was part of the Power Ranger franchise, and they wasn't Power Rangers and nothing like that. Songs like Buck and Skull, RJ,
right,
Mike from Lost Galaxy, they wasn't Rangers just for a while in the show, but that's what
right, yeah,
they is still well known. Buck and Skull, Mike,
yeah,
Mike for Lost Galaxy, just as the Defender and stuff like that. All these characters right here wasn't Rangers at first. They actually had to earn their way in Zordon eyes and stuff like that.
yeah,
Because they Zordon always says it's a choice you make and stuff like that. I say, and kind of like some of Zordon rules, I like them, but the thing is like, shoot, I don't like his rule of him keep my identity a secret. I say,
yeah,
why would you why would you make your identity as a secret? And one of the villains in the villains, Lord Zed, everybody already know your identity.
yeah,
I don't get that part. That I kind of get it to a point. The reason why they said that they might want to keep it a secret, but that's what it's too late for that.
right,
Because we know that Rita and stuff like that, they'll just already would know your identity, where your parents at, and stuff like that.
right,
They will already know them stuff,
right,
which don't make no sense in my opinion. To keep it a secret, because in my opinion, that's the reason why I like um SPD. That's the reason why I like RPM and stuff like that.
right,
Because that's what they don't follow that rule, but there's
yeah,
still Rangers that say that. Uh, and do you think in in DC and up in the Aquaman movie
right, yeah,
that they might introduce a new villain?
yeah,
Because then if you look at it, Aquaman got a whole lot of villains. He got a whole lot of villains, Aquaman.
yeah,
Because you look at it, because he always got people that's coming from the ground,
right,
and that's kind of like my opinion. I like that. Sound like this Aquaman. I think just got Black Panther type problems.
right,
He got to handle stuff different within because we got Black Manta, which the ops
right,
is
yeah,
half the time.
yeah,
Because Black Manta is a problem.
right,
Because they say that Black Manta actually upgraded his suit. I say if
right,
he upgraded his suit, that would mean that Aquaman just had to upgrade his skill too a little bit,
right, yeah,
or just add some armor onto his suit or something like that, which would be a good thing, in my
yeah,
opinion. Because, because everybody, in my opinion, dealing with that. Now, shoot, I think for Aquaman villains, I will make it. I'll make it like In my opinion, and Black Manta working together in this
right,
movie
yeah,
because you look at it, one on one, Black Manta can't handle Aquaman,
right, yeah,
and, and Orm can't beat Aquaman either.
right,
And that's just me, in my opinion about it. But some people that probably could think I'm wrong on that, but that's what
right,
we seen it in the movie. Does what does with just what Black Manta had advantage the first time he had him. I said, really? You got all that technology and you still got what?
Right. Yeah.
And Black Manta really was cheating throughout the whole fight.
Yeah.
Because he came in, shoot, he really cheated Aquaman the first time because shoot, he blasted him
Yeah.
because shoot, he had blasted him with his eyes. I think it was the eyes, right? The Black Manta lasers. I think it's called phasing or laser eyes or something like that. And that's kind of one of the things I want to see is them with the movies.
Yeah.
Because we know that DC got one of Elseworld movies, stuff like that.
Right.
And kind of like in my opinion, it sound like DC having some kind of Elseworld type stuff. Movies come
Yeah.
out along with the Prime Earth. That's actually a
Yeah.
good thing because they give the audience choices which movie to look at. Because things shoot some audience like the Rob Passer Batman,
Yeah.
and some people would like the Ben Affleck Batman that's coming out soon and stuff like that.
Yeah.
If DC actually use their sense, in my opinion, that would make more sense.
Yeah.
That would make sense in my opinion. But
Right.
because you look at it as a whole, shoot, they deserve Elseworld movies. I I think DC just doing Elseworld that actually help out the DC universe. I think, in my opinion,
Right. Yeah.
because they give people a chance to choose um which their favorite Batman, Superman,
Right.
because we know that they about to be casting a whole new universe just for Earth too.
Right. Yeah.
Because that's what we already got Batman already, the Rob Pattinson Batman already.
Right. Yeah.
If we got Rob Pattinson Batman, shoot, I know we got a Superman coming just for Earth too, just to be the light
Yeah.
for them to be the light just for the Rob Pattinson Batman and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Shoot, that's just me. Because think about it, shoot, if they do the Earth two Batman stuff, everything like that, that means that the Earth two Superman is black
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And wouldn't that make sense
Yeah. That really
based
sense.
on the comic book?
Very. Yeah. Essentially.
Sure. I just to help out the family real quick. Oh, what's up, Dirk? And Kyle and oh, Dirk, you want to come in? Yeah, you could. You want to come in? Do you want to come in? That you could, if you want to. And kind of like the next thing that I like about the DC universe right now, it sounds like DC universe is fill out. It fill out just opportunities to use heroes, just what other thing won't be used, in my opinion. It sounds like they're using authorities, they're using the creatures and stuff like that. And,
Right.
because they're saying if we use the creatures in live action too, and that'd be a good thing, in
Actually,
my
yeah,
opinion.
actually, yeah, I agree with you.
Yep. I see the Ant-Man movie, and they had overhyped that Ant-Man movie. That Ant-Man movie was overhyped.
Yep.
That was my opinion on it, and he got beat by ants. I'm
Right. Yeah. Right.
keep on saying,
Yeah.
how you came the conqueror, and you got beaten by evolved ants.
Uh, version of Kingdom Conquer is not so powerful. Brag about it.
Yeah.
I mean, like, yeah,
Uh, because like for me, right, if you supposed to be King the Conqueror and you can't even steal your own battery that you need to power a machine, then you don't deserve to be called King the Conqueror.
right, yeah,
That is my opinion because that's what you look at Thanos. Thanos earned that name.
right.
They call him the Terror for a reason.
I haven't seen it yet. Are people being biased to it?
Yep,
Yeah, I
yep,
mean,
yep. Because that's what they were calling it something like Star Wars World.
it's not. It's very bad.
I'm just gonna wait till Disney Plus and see how it goes.
Um,
Because
you're not really missing nothing.
No, it's very bad. Even the trailer is so
is it
bad.
more
It's very
disappointing than
bad.
Doctor Strange?
Yeah,
I mean, I
The
mean,
second one?
with the Strange, yeah, I mean,
yeah,
better, but yeah, I mean, it's better, but still, you know,
Still disappointing as it was before as that one.
yeah. That because the second Doctor Strange movie actually was good in my opinion. It
yeah.
had more stakes
I,
to it.
But it was
I
disappointing.
have, I mean, to me, it's not bad. I would just
Yeah,
thought this.
At
I mean,
parts, it
story
was
is good.
disappointing just because how they treated, Charles.
I mean, yeah, some
oh
part,
yeah,
yeah, but actually, some part bad, some good. I mean, yeah,
yeah. But that wasn't the big old director fault. That was Kevin Feige who made that call.
right, right,
Yeah.
yeah.
And that's Kevin Feige problem too because then it's true he be having good heroes in movies, but that's what he killed them too easily.
But you're telling me that Ant-Man, most people are being biased, and it
Yep.
doesn't deserve that 84%.
Nope. It don't.
No,
It
this
don't.
will be zero because it's so bad. For the
Be,
It
Ant-Man
be,
deserves
movie,
about a 60,
no, zero.
because like
It's
that
whatever.
a 50
yeah
on,
I
on
see
audience score, about a
yeah
60 audience
yeah
score,
I see
or a
it
50,
should be lower than that.
around that range.
A 50. Yeah. Yeah, because you look at the on the girl that played Cassidy in this one, they had recast her, and that was a bad decision
Yep.
in my opinion.
Wait, they
I
recasted her?
mean, go. You had to go for like
Yeah,
comic book accurate.
because like the daughter that was up in Endgame that after Ant-Man came back, they
Yeah.
had recast her,
Why though?
and that was a bad
Why did
decision
they recast her?
because you look at the acting different.
The comic book one.
Um,
That's why.
they probably money. There's no in
No,
Marvel.
no, for comic book accurate, Cassie. Well, I know.
Uh, but the thing about Marvel MCU don't care about comeback accuracy most of the time anyway.
I mean, the old
They
actress
really don't.
seemed nicer than the new one because the new one seems like a know-it-all.
Yeah, yeah. And she was actually disrespectful just to the father
Let
because
me
you pretty
guess,
much
they
can tell.
So what I've heard
Because
is that they beat up Kang, Wasp beating up Kang,
no that
right?
yeah they was having them like on the run for a little bit, but King stopped winning and 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 plus towards the end of the movie.
And also, what I heard is basically, Hank took the blame, right?
Yeah, yep,
Hank took
which
the
was a
blame
dumb
over
decision.
Cassie, right? Even though
Yeah,
technically it was her fault.
yeah, it was because thing about me, I wouldn't take that blame
Sounds like
because like I
modern
said,
writing to me.
yeah, it was because you look at the Ant
It's
Man.
been that way since Captain Marvel, and that's why everyone cared.
Yeah, yeah, because you look at the Flash trailer and look at the Flash lines that's in the movie, it's no kind of it's no kind of it's
You know what I mean,
UW.
barcode? It's been that way since Captain Marvel barcode.
For what?
The writing,
Yeah, it's very bad. Yeah.
like you know what I mean. Like, no, I'm not trying to be that guy, but like the feminine side, basically.
Oh yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, I see. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Because you look at the
Saying that all men are bad and you know
I
did
mean,
you see
women are
the
always right.
poster just for the new Captain Marvel movie?
really?
Why? It doesn't make sense.
Because it got
I
three
I didn't know it
Marvels.
existed. To be honest, I didn't know that.
Are
Because
Honestly,
we worried about Secret Invasion then now?
yeah,
yes,
yeah, I
yes,
am.
yes. Hey,
Yeah,
can you on
I
top
don't
of
even
it?
think
Yeah,
Guardians 3 is gonna be good.
I appear not.
and the bad that I'm worried about, I am worried about Adam Warlock, one of my favorite characters
They're
in
gonna make
Marvel.
him a joke.
Probably make
I
him
He's
a
hate
a
that.
joke,
man.
a meme. Oh, a meme. Yeah, definitely a meme for it.
I hate that jump. I
Watch
hate
them
that.
replace him with a girl by the
Oh,
end of the
man.
film.
That gonna get on my nerves too.
Might watch him transfer his powers or something to a female version of himself.
Because you look at it,
Yeah, definitely.
James
Am I
Gunn.
right? Am I right? What
Yeah,
they're probably going for?
Pretty sure.
yeah,
Yeah, be like that. Yeah, pretty sure.
yeah. Because you look at the Marvel timeline stuff like that, they're changing everybody to a female. I say, wait a minute, that because the only male I see is Shang-Chi. That's it.
I can agree with. I'm the only one that I actually liked for the change was actually Shuri.
I don't.
That was the only change I liked.
You talking Shuri the Black Panther?
Yeah, I actually liked that.
No, that but
Just
the
the way they
time,
wrote it. That's all. Because
but the
she
thing
earned her
is,
motivation. She,
she
lost her
wasn't
brother and all that.
she wasn't really the head over just over Wakanda, because that's where you look at the comic books. He just was sick, or just in some kind of another realm or something like that. That just keeping his body
With the
in shape.
situation, I think they did it right though, per se. Regardless if they recast it or not,
They're supposed to recast this,
they could
they
probably
said,
recast him down the road. But for the standpoint of the MCU, that was the right
yeah,
move.
yeah, and
But
and,
by
and,
not
and they
recasting and just going forward with what they have,
they can't do another Black Panther movie with Shuri, because that movie just kind of flop.
I wouldn't say that.
Did you see that? The how much money
I
the
don't
other
even
one
think
made?
she's gonna get. I don't even think there's gonna be another Black Panther movie, my friend.
No, he puts
Not
another
for a
one this thing.
while.
No, he puts another one soon, just for Phase 5.
There ain't no. There's not another one for Phase 5, is
They changed a whole lot of stuff. Because they
there?
moved
Marco,
Blade.
is there
Remember?
another one? Is there another Black Panther film for Phase 5?
Black Panther 2. Black Panther 2. Yes, that's it.
No, it's
But
Phase 4, but you said that there's
Oh,
gonna be a new one.
I don't know. Just all I know is two movies. The first one, the second one. That's all I know.
I don't think Black Panther's gonna have a film for a while
Only
uh,
just the second movie.
because
That's
they're
it.
gonna be focused on other projects like X-Men, Blade, and
Yeah.
Fantastic Four.
The two Black Panther movies. The first one and the
but
second one. That's it. So yeah.
that's what
The
though.
only possible way that I could see them doing a Black Panther film is if it's in Phase 6, because there's many projects
Uh,
they haven't announced for Phase 6.
Yeah.
guess who tied the X-Men though? Black Panther.
You mean the mutants?
Yeah. Wait a minute, the mutants. Wait a
That's what
minute
they're
now.
calling them. I can confirm it.
Apparently,
That don't make no
yeah.
sense.
I can confirm it. That's what they're gonna call them, the mutants.
Oh man, I hate that junk. Why do you keep on changing stuff just for agenda's sake? Man, that junk.
It's just people are just they're stupid. They're mentally ill. Yeah, I said it.
Some of them is.
and they only care about themselves. It's their way or the highway, basically.
Yeah, because you look at it, most of the stuff that SJW and stuff like that, man, that junk don't work. Because you look at all the movies in MCU that were SJW, most of them fail.
Yeah.
Most of the movies that flop.
Yeah.
Because that's what you look at Eternals, that movie flop. Because you look at
honestly,
Marvel,
the only films that I care about from now on are because all the main characters that I ever cared about are dead now, so and the other ones are a joke now, so
there is
the
talking to
only films
Tony
that I
coming
care
back.
about moving forward from Marvel are even if they do Young Avengers, I won't care.
Yeah, because think about me.
I'm actually only looking forward for Blade, Fantastic Four, and X-Men.
And
Those are
they
the only
said
films
the
and
bill
maybe Secret
director had
Wars
changed.
and King Dynasty. Those are the only films I care about right now.
Yep.
I could care less about anything else in Phase 5.
So like you do know that the Bill Blade director had changed, right?
I know.
And man, I keep on saying, why they keep on changing directors? Because I know why. Because we know that Marvel hates to
Creative
see violence
differences.
on screen. You know that means stakes.
I think it's creative
That just means
differences. And the director doesn't like the writing.
yeah,
In the script.
yeah. Because you probably can tell that the Bill director is just a normal person who just want to make a good movie, just with good writing. Because you look at Marvel just got agenda behind this stuff, and that's the bad thing to do with Marvel right now. And do you think
The only villain that I care about right now, hopefully he appears in Secret Wars, is Big Daddy Galactus.
I can tell you who was up in a post credit scene in Quantum Realm, but it kind of
Is
like
Galactus in there?
no, I
Nope.
probably can tell you who close to him. Who do the
Who?
Fantastic Four fight?
Doom?
Yeah.
No. I mean,
The under Fantastic Four do fight
Silver
Doom though.
Surfer?
I do. I mean, to remember. I mean,
No,
I don't
Doom.
understand.
That he was the up in the post credit scene.
Really?
Yeah.
I guess I missed him.
I don't know that.
That was up in the end of the movie, just as a post mid
I don't know
credit scene.
Really? I
Because
just saw all the King, the Conqueror. I mean, that's it. Versions, so that's it.
Because that look at
King
for
the
me,
Conqueror
right?
is a villain for 10. That's right.
Yeah.
I think they're one of their main ones.
I mean, yeah.
But that's if you look at it,
But the real villain, I'm somewhat anti-villain is I'm actually waiting for Galactus.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
They need to do Galactus.
Agreed.
And how about Mr. Sinister probably can come in later on down the line too for X-Men.
Definitely. Yeah.
They need to get Dr. Doom in there.
Oh yeah, that they already got Doctor Doom just at the end of the Ant-Man movie already, showing him as a teaser in a mask or something like that. His favorite mask that the Doctor Doom been having up in the comic books. They're already showing him putting it on.
Where?
Just at the post-credit scene, it was online too. Somebody
is it in the film?
Yep.
Marco, is it in the film?
Yeah. I saw it. It was at the end of the movie, just as a post-credit scene and stuff like that. It was teased. It was because you know how Doctor Doom like to put on a mask.
Make Liam Neeson as Galactus.
Oh.
At this point, make him Galactus.
Oh, okay.
Can't you see it a little bit?
Yeah, I could for him. For him, I could.
Just because the voice.
Yeah.
Yeah, menacing.
Yeah. But you look at it, Keanu Reeves could fit in with DC with him playing as Constantine, as him playing as one of the dark heroes and stuff like that. Because it's Constantine, Brother Blood, Zatanna, and everybody stuff like that. They can have Keanu Reeves just putting the team together. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. Yeah, and that'd be a good thing, in my opinion, though. and because we know that James Gunn is willing to put newer heroes that's in other comic books, like in Image or stuff like that, in movies. Because you look at the authorities that James Gunn just had announced and stuff like that. That's an Image comic. Heroes. That's not like a DC hero thing. That's an Image comic type hero thing he put in it.
I swear, if they cast Keke Palmer as Rogue, I'm done.
As who?
Rogue.
Rogue White.
Yeah, but she was freaking Rogue for Halloween. And knowing how media is, they'll probably want her as freaking Rogue.
Man, that just don't make no sense.
I know. But it wouldn't surprise me. I mean, look what they did with the Little Mermaid.
The thing about the mermaid make more sense than Rogue.
For the time period, yes, but from this aspect, no. Because of where the character is.
Yeah. If we go by anime and stuff like that, I would say no, it don't make sense, but
that's another thing. I'm actually excited for that film to a degree. The only nitpick is her hair.
Yeah. It just need to shade
it's very dim.
A little bit darker. They need to make a little bit darker red, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I wish it was just pure red like the animated film where it standed out.
Yeah.
This version, it's like how do you describe that hairstyle? I don't even
sound like a burgundy red or something like that.
Yeah, basically it's very dim light. And it's not, the bright red we know.
Yeah. Unless the
it's
thing
not
just
really cool change. Underwater.
Yeah, because you look at it, unless things just gonna change. When she go on land, it might get brighter or something like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm gonna still see the film regardless of what happened. With the changes.
Yeah.
Because The Little Mermaid is like my second favorite film from the Renaissance.
Because my favorite is
Lion King is number one for me. Then it goes Little Mermaid.
Aladdin. Mine is Aladdin though. That's my favorite. Disney
I respect
movie.
it.
And plus, in my opinion,
I would probably put Aladdin at 4 though.
Because that's what he brought more life to the genie. Because like Robin Williams, I like him, but that's what he just been Robin Williams throughout that movie. He wasn't the genie. He just was Robin Williams.
My reason why is that the villains are good.
Yeah. To shoot, and that's kind of thing I like about the Aladdin.
The 3 would probably be Pocahontas for me.
Oh yeah, Pocahontas would be my top 5. And plus my other female hero that's in the top 5 did with Disney and just Mulan.
I would probably put that one at like 5.
I put it at 4.
See, mine goes Lion King, Little Mermaid, Pocahontas, Aladdin, Mulan, Hercules. Yeah. No. 5 is Tarzan, then Mulan at 6.
Okay. Because my first one is Aladdin.
And then Hercules, and then Beauty and the Beast, Notre Dame, The Notre Dame, and then Rescuers. At the last.
Oh, okay. Because my first one is Lion King. My first one is Aladdin. My second one is Lion King. My third one is the Humpback Man. What is his movie? Notre Dame. I think the
Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Yeah, Hunchback of Notre Dame. He's my third one. My fourth one is
Mulan.
Yeah, Mulan. And my fifth one is The Little Mermaid.
I respect it.
It's a good movie, but the thing is, people kind of overrate that movie too a bit, in my opinion.
Fair.
Because the movie is good, but
I mean, it has the best villain.
Yeah, yes, they do got the best villain.
It had the best villain at the time.
Yeah, besides the Lion King villain, which was Scar.
It actually changed how villains were looked at too, to a degree.
Yeah.
Besides Snow White.
Yeah, because you look at in Disney, the two villains that changed the villain thing in Disney was Scar and Lion King, and plus the one plus the one that Ursula. Because that's what you could look at her and tell that that she was a villain the first time you saw her. I say I just won't trust her.
Melissa McCarthy's supposed to play her.
Oh yeah,
in the live action version.
That be a really good casting though.
Yeah, because the funny thing is she actually gets into character.
Yeah,
but she can get some real menacing and evil and manipulative.
But you look at the Mulan live action movie that came out.
I don't even want to see
it's nothing like the it's nothing.
I don't even want to discuss about that, the travesty.
Yeah, because you look at it
because people are offended about the song Make a Man Out of You.
That's part of the
offended by it, so they changed and then add songs to the film.
He part of
That's
the movie.
why they did it.
I don't get why they get so offended. Look at the movie first, and look at the context, the reason why the animated thing did.
Well, at the end of the day of the special, I'm going to be seeing The Little Mermaid. I'm going to be seeing in theaters, regardless.
Oh yeah, I will too.
Because it's my second favorite story in Renaissance.
Oh yeah, because I remember in my fifth, because
it's in your top five, so you gotta see it.
Yeah, because think about it, the Sleeping Beauty was my sixth one, but it almost five. But I said nah.
I will say this though, the girl that they got for Ariel, she's a really good singer. She has an angel voice.
Oh yeah, shoot, that girl can sing.
And she's a babe.
I get on that.
She's a babe too.
But that's why I don't get. They could have made her just an original character.
Probably, but they don't do it.
I know you look at it because she got a fan base and stuff like that, and everything else like that. She got a fan base. They can make an original movie, original character with her voice. I say,
I will say the most interesting live action film will probably be Lilo and Stitch.
Oh yeah,
it's gonna be interesting who they cast for that and how Stitch is gonna look like.
Yeah, and they put a thing about it. This will Lilo be grown, or which be a teenager, which be a child.
Yeah. From one also, there's another one that's coming out this year. Actually, we haven't seen any footage on it yet. Besides maybe like the New Year's, like coming in the New Year's, like Disney first look of projects for 2023 is a retelling of Peter Pan.
What?
In live action.
I don't know.
By Disney.
How many Peter Pan movies are they gonna make, man? It's too many.
This I could probably see it actually being good, just because it's from Disney.
Okay.
I'm not saying it's gonna be the exact film because obviously there's some things that are definitely outdated, but not the whole film. I'll say that. There are some scenes that are outdated.
Because like the Peter Pan stuff, everything like that, it's too many Peter Pan movies. But the thing is, if they can make it modern and make it good at the same time, I'll be cool with it. If you make it modern and good, I'll be cool with it.
From what I've heard, Jude Law is Hook.
Oh shoot! Okay, I'm good. Shoot, I'm just in. I'm in there because shoot.
Yeah,
he being in the
Jude
movie.
Law is Captain Hook.
Yeah, because shoot, he being in the movie. he tried his best. Because you look at
he's actually a good actor if you look at it.
Yeah, because you look at
he can make a very menacing villain.
Yeah, because you look at Captain Marvel, he was the best actor up in that movie besides Samuel Jackson.
Yeah.
Because you look at that Captain Marvel movie objectively, Captain Marvel, Brie Larson was not the best one in that movie. It was
actually that's another. Actually, I want Tarzan to be done right by Disney.
Wait a minute. Yeah, because
the one from the Renaissance era.
Might do Tarzan. Because you look at WB,
there've already been like millions and millions of Tarzan, but Disney's never done it.
Why? That's what I don't get, because it's their property.
They let other freaking companies do it, and they have never done Tarzan.
WB.
That's not that. My reason why I like Tarzan is because the freaking soundtrack.
Oh yeah. I
like every single song slaps.
Yeah, because my favorite one based on music got to be Lion King, Aladdin, and Mermaid. Those three, they got some good soundtracks.
And then I would probably put 4 is freaking Tarzan.
Yeah, and that kind of surprised me talking music and stuff like that, because I'm looking at the movie. I'll say that music, it's kind of good.
I do say the best adaptation for live action for Disney is definitely The Jungle Book.
Yeah,
I like that. I like The Jungle Book 2016.
Because you look at it, Disney could have did Lion King a little bit better too.
Yeah, but it is what it is. I liked it for what it was.
Yeah,
it just seemed bland because we already seen the plot, and there was some few changes. I didn't like the villain version of the song,
but they should have changed it up though. This should have changed it up, I think, too. That the story a little bit, like in Lion King.
I do think it's going to be interesting for part 2. I don't know if it's a prequel or not.
They're supposed to make one just for Mufasa, they say.
Like yeah, from what I've heard, there's a sequel or a prequel for that, and then the sequel will be very interesting if you watch the animated film.
Oh yeah. I saw that one.
Because you know what I'm talking about, the wife.
Oh yeah.
Of you know who?
It was some dirty stuff going on.
No, the wife of
Simba.
No.
Oh, you talking about Scar? You talk? Oh yeah, I like. She was evil.
And the heir.
Oh yeah.
If you remember that part 2 of Lion King.
Yeah.
Basically, the plot is the wife tries to get revenge on Simba.
Because think about it,
because they have an heir of their own.
Yeah,
and
because
they try to make peace between each other.
Yeah,
with their their younglings.
Oh yeah, because you look at it, Scar calls it just
and she does more. And the thing is, she does more damage than Scar ever did.
Because think about it, just when Scar do damage, he want to do damage under the sun. He don't want to do it outward.
Yeah.
Because he want the damage to be done just over time and stuff. You know what I mean? Over time. He was more slick with his though.
All right.
But his wife.
What else? What other films would you want Disney to do?
The
Live action. I know. I want Hunchback.
I wanted to do 101 Dalmatians because the 101 Dalmatians.
I didn't like what's it called?
That was the
I
WB
didn't
version,
like
I think, wasn't
Cruella.
it?
I hated Cruella.
Yeah. Shoot. That's why I said, just give me the older Cruella and just make the live action based off that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just make her older and just make the 101 Dalmatians that just had to outsmart them.
F it, make a Recess reboot.
Oh, so that Recess reboot, man. If we get that,
No, they wouldn't even have an imagination. They would have freaking phones.
oh man, I would like to see that though. I would
That
like
would
to
be
see
suited
that.
for. That would be sick for a live action film.
Okay.
If they ever did it.
Oh man.
That would be sick if they ever did a live action film for that.
And they need to make let me see now. What's the other was it making another spin-off off of Toy Story, something like that?
Yeah.
Which is kind of dumb in my
Toy
opinion.
Story 3 is where it ended, folks. Come on now.
But the thing about it, we don't need a Frozen remake in live action. No.
I think we do because I hate that film.
Man, that song got
I
my
hate
nerves.
Frozen with a passion. It's literally the Lion King.
Yeah. And people
it's
just hype
literally
it
the
up.
Lion King rehashed with two sisters.
Yeah, and people just hype it up. I said, how in the world you hype up all that? Hype this movie up, but you hate Lion King. It's similar.
And they literally have the same songs about letting go of their worries.
I said, because I keep on looking. I said, wait a minute now. And for that one
Hakuna
song,
Matata and freaking Let It Go. There you go.
Somebody go. Because that's what I say to my friends. I tell them, if you sing that song one more time around me, somebody
I think it's the worst. I think it's the worst film ever created. Because how many times kids play that song?
Yeah, and plus the lady
and don't even know about Lion
based
King,
on
and
that
that's
song.
what's
I
sad.
say, how do you get the? Yeah, and but the bad thing about it, she got the award off the worst song on the movie.
Yeah,
the
Let It Go
worst
is the
song
worst song.
that is a copycat. And some people, and
The
some
best song
people
is "Do You Want to Go to Snowman?"
Yeah, because if you look at it,
Then
that
I
is
probably
the most.
say the love song. Then Let It Go.
Because like wouldn't you agree that the big old Frozen Let It Go song and movie is sound like the most overhyped most overhyped Disney movie in the
Yeah, it is
last
because of the
20
plot.
years?
It's basically Lion King.
Yeah, and because some people
It's basically Hakuna Matata.
Yeah,
But no parents don't know it. Kids don't know it. They don't care. They don't show them. They put a screen in their faces, and there you go.
Yeah, because think about it. Should you show your kids the Lion King movie first? Are you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay.
I've been like this for about a week, so but I'm good.
Because like for me, right? If I had kids, I'll show my kids the 90s one first. I'll show my kids the animated Lion King, Aladdin, the 101 Dalmatian, all the just the older stuff.
I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be showing Jungle Book first. Cinderella. Pinocchio.
Mine's got me Aladdin. Mine's gonna
And
be
then
the
I would
animated.
do the Renaissance.
Yeah. Yeah, because think about it, so you got to show your kids the old stuff
All right,
before
you
the
know
new
what
stuff.
I know what the most emotional Disney movie ever made was.
Lion
Of the
King.
90s.
It got me.
Any ideas, folks? Any ideas? Barcode, you here? Any ideas what the most emotional Disney movie from the 90s?
Ooh.
That's rough. I guess Cinderella.
He said
I
Okay.
got it's
Okay.
Lion King.
It's a live action film. It's just a film.
Actually, I guess I really don't know for him. Actually, yeah.
Any ideas, though? Any idea? The
Shoot,
most emotional movie ever.
I was it was for animated. I'll finish say Lion King, but so live action, 101 Dalmatians.
That's a good
That's
choice, but it's not it.
Shucks.
I really don't know for it. Yeah.
Onward Journey.
Oh,
I never heard that one.
You know what I'm talking about, Zill. You know Onward
Yeah.
Journey.
Yeah.
I'm born 2005, so
You know how emotional roller coaster that movie is.
Oh yeah. Oh man,
You
that
haven't
movie
seen that in
got
a
me.
long time, have you?
Yep.
But you remember.
Yeah, I remember. But that's what I ain't
That's
looked
the
back
most
to in a
emotional
while.
movie ever.
Yep. Besides that Mighty Duck movie,
Mighty Duck cool too. Mighty Duck cool.
boy. Besides Mighty Duck and Onward, oh man, and 101 Dalmatians. Because think about it.
Oh shoot! Remember Angels in the Outfield?
Oh yeah, that baseball movie, right?
Yeah, the baseball one. That was actually pretty good too.
Yeah. Because at first, shoot, I thought that movie was supposed to be boring, but I look at it, it was actually a good movie.
And then the freaking ending every single time hurt. Emotional damage.
Yeah, man. I said, oh
It's a
man.
good ending, but it's like you get emotional damage every time.
Yeah, shoot. Because they were for me, I go to the ending. I pretty much got to remind myself it's just a movie.
Yeah. But you know darn well that Onward Journey is the most emotional from the
I know.
90s.
Oh yeah, I know. Because think about it.
Hey, Barcode, have you ever seen that film?
Oh, what film?
He's never. I don't think he's ever seen Onward Journey.
Oh.
What year was it made?
Yeah. I'm asking, have you ever seen Onward Journey?
I don't think so.
All right. Zell, can you try to
Because you look
explain
at
this
on
Barcode?
that Onward movie, is kind of like an emotional movie. If you're not an emotional unstable person and put you cry easily, that movie will get you
It's
in
gonna
your
tear you
emotions.
apart.
Okay.
Yeah.
Basically, it evolves around three animals.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he try to make their way home to their owners.
Oh. Okay.
Because they leave them at a specific spot.
Yeah.
And they get in a lot of trouble.
Okay.
Because that movie, man.
In the wild.
Oh, okay. Oh, see why. Okay. See why.
Making their way back to their owners. That they have no idea that they left.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because
but if you know, Zill knows what happens at the end.
Oh yeah.
Probably they get killed, right? Something like that.
Boy, that movie will make you
something
cry.
Like that.
Okay.
That movie will make you cry if you
it's
don't.
It's really good character development, and you actually really care the animals.
Yeah. Because like in most animal movies, you really don't.
I will say this: never, ever show that film to someone that's under 7.
Oh no! I tried that one time.
Never show that film under. If they have to be at least above 8.
Yeah.
To see that film. Or you're gonna hear from the rest of your life. It's
Uh,
at least till they're like to a certain age.
because my cousins was 10, I showed them that movie and they was crying.
Yeah.
I showed them that movie. They started crying. I said, what's the problem? Look at them talk some. But the owners left them. I say, I told you that just before I put in.
That's not even the worst part.
Yeah.
There's so many encounters in that movie.
Yeah, because should you look at that onward movie, man? Should that onward movie get you like in your feels, man? They
Yeah,
get
it
you.
does. It does. And trust me, Barcode. Like, all right. So, like, how can you be described of like, how painful or like
Yeah.
emotional this? How can we describe this, Zil?
This car like a roller coaster ride,
A roller coaster
Okay.
ride, but like,
emotional one.
yeah, very
Okay.
emotional. If you love dog, if you're a pet lover,
No, no, I
if
mean,
you
no.
love animals,
I mean, I love animals, yeah, but not dogs.
you may need therapy after it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you may need therapy.
Yeah,
See that? Oh,
yeah.
Like
Because
if
that
you're
just
like
took
a
me a long
strong
time,
pet
man.
lover, animal lover, and you
oh,
will like defend for animal rights and all that,
oh,
Yeah,
yeah, you're gonna need therapy.
oof, okay. That's interesting.
yeah.
Movie?
Because that movie was trying to get over. It took me a long time to get over that movie. It took me about a week
What's the most recent emotional film?
to get
Endgame,
over.
I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
All right. So,
It had been.
not 102, but
And,
was there any animals in that? Like, based, I don't know. Like,
I don't have the. No,
and,
no, that's
and,
Endgame. That's not. Yeah, Endgame. You have rats being.
and,
you know what? Actually, the most emotional film I ever seen when I was young
What?
was that one, and then another one that it gets you for the
Oh,
time period that is in. It may be a
okay.
cringe. It might be a somewhat cringe movie, but
Um,
hey, you ever heard Zill? You ever heard? Because you probably have never heard of this film, Barcode,
yeah.
ever in your life. You
what
ever
is
heard
Yeah.
of a
it?
movie called The Little Princess?
N- Movie? No.
No, I'm asking. I'm asking Zill.
No, no,
Never.
no.
Be
It was on. It was on DVD, like from the 2000s.
I don't think so. No, I'm born 2005.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking Zill for. I don't know if he knows it. Look up that movie. Look up that movie real quick. At least it's called The Little
that
Princess.
one. No.
You never seen it. It's somewhat cringe, but if you're like, if you're like 8 years old or
Yeah.
younger, you're gonna cry your heart out. I will say that because I've done it before. Me and my
Oh.
sister actually done it before.
Oh man. Because
If you're a
most of
little
this
kid, you're
movie
gonna
that I
cry to that.
saw
I'll say that.
was
Sometimes
that movie
sometimes as an
onward.
adult, I do cry. Go back and watch it, and
Oh
I
yeah.
tear up a little bit because it's
And,
basically like it's somewhat like Annie. It's
yeah.
somewhat like Annie, like the element. Basically, the main character is an orphan,
It's all right. Yeah.
Oh. Oh. Okay.
and it's
Okay.
And for
somewhat
you,
element of like Cinderella,
Okay.
and basically, her basically her father drops her off there because of the war
oh,
at the time, and it's basically that's why it's called Little Princess, and if you watch it, you'll see it coming, but it gets you.
and,
You
and,
may
and,
tear up
and
a little bit.
some of the Toy Story movies,
Okay.
it's emotional too. The Toy Story movies.
Toy Story movie,
Which one?
yeah.
Oh yeah, Toy Story.
I
Yeah.
just randomly thought of that because of the Onward Journey, because it was like in there, because that movie that I was just recently talking about was from the
Yeah.
2000 2001 on DVD. So
Man,
Yeah.
that Onward movie, man. That Onward movie
Onward
gets you
movie though is like
emotional.
next level. Like
Of
Yeah,
course, Toy Story. Yeah.
if you think Toy Story 3 was emotional, you see nothing
Yeah.
yet with
Plus,
Onward
Toy
Journey.
Story. Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
You see nothing yet if you think Toy Story 3 was emotional.
Yeah. But I think that's what's right. I think Monster Inc. I mean, Incredibles have Jack they that teleport to the Monster Inc. universe.
I think the
It's
worst thing ever
connected.
made was Incredibles 2
I
yeah.
mean, I
I
mean,
like the first
because
one
of the
better.
message.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's connected to all
You know
in
what
the
the
universe.
message is from that film?
No, we don't.
Still, do you know what
There
that
was
message is from that film, Incredibles 2?
yeah.
What is it? What do you think?
There was saying that the Mr. Incredibles just was doing everything wrong. Just why the Miss Incredibles just was more important. And,
Yep.
and plus, you all
Basically,
know
it's swapped to how families should be raised.
I see.
Basically, men should
based
stay
on
home and do the work,
Paul said
while women
it
are
was
independent and
it
work
and
and do the job.
yeah it posted then
I will say I did like the plot though.
kind of
Besides that, it was actually a
yeah
really good plot.
I mean, I like Jack because
yeah and plus
his
the
powers. I
son
mean, connect to in the universe. I mean, Monster Inc. And connect. I
because
mean,
son the son I like the son that was in it but the thing is shoot they get his son all on powers. He gets some eye vision, get him speed. I say, how you giving his son all these powers? The just little boy Jack. I say, you name your child Jack? What type of man? Sure, he must be high. He named his child. Cause the thing about me, shoot, I wouldn't name no child Jack because that's just me, in my opinion. Yeah, I would have had kids. I wouldn't name them that. And kind of like for when you go to Warner Brothers and their movies, some of their movies just be emotional too. You even go to Warner Brothers, sound like the Godfather movies. But them Godfather movies were good. The first two, boy, and for you do with the Mall family and stuff like that, it kind of like did it good. You know what I mean? It sound like the Mall families. That's how my family just portrayed. Oh man, because they, in my opinion, shoot, I don't think Disney ever just make the Godfather if they had a choice. They wouldn't do it. Do you think that they would have did a barcode? The movie the Godfather movies.
I think. Uh, which one was the Godfather? Godfather one?
That the Godfather 1, 2, and 3, the Mall families.
I
I
I
don't
think.
I
I
don't
don't
think
know.
that they would have did it based on their stuff. They would have did based on image they had. I don't think
Oh,
Disney just would have did that Godfather movie. And that's like in my opinion though. So that's just me.
okay.
And and kind of like the Godfather movies. I like the first two, but the third one is a little bit worse than the rest. But the first two still was good.
Oh, I never heard that one in the movie.
There you saw the Godfather movies, the Godfather movies and stuff like that. You saw them
I
because the Godfather movie was actually good.
in
Be,
1972, right?
yeah,
I'm searching on YouTube, but I never watch it.
be, because like the Godfather
I never
movie,
seen it.
the on the Godfather movies is actually good. Be,
Okay.
because you look at the Godfather movies and stuff like that, and plus that was the Irishman's were pretty much based off too. the Irishman that was on Netflix, just when Stephen Carnage or something like made, he wanted to make them like the Godfather stuff, and people actually like it. Because look at it, the big old directors actually just have listen just to the fans. And when you listen to the fans actually look at it, and that was actually one of the most streaming movies on Netflix at that time. You really at the Irishman and stuff like that. Because you look at, for me, shoot, I think like the DC universe is gonna be real good. I think, in my opinion, the DC universe, I think that DC might be doing like team up movies every 2 or 3 movies. I think something like that. Because you look at the movies they got coming up. Um, do you think the Green Lanterns just might meet just the other Lantern Corps, sound like blue, green, and stuff like that?
Yeah,
Because oh yeah, because think about me, that'd be a smart thing. I think in my opinion, because that's what they got. Hal Jordan, and plus
it's
they
gonna
got John Stewart
it's gonna right. Yeah, agree,
just
agree.
doing it.
Yeah, I see it. Think more
Be-
of it lantern course. Yeah,
Because think about, for me, that just through the first 2 episodes, this should have like John Stewart and L. Jordan building up just their relationships just with each other, and just how each other works. I think, in my opinion, that'd be like a good way to start it off, and just for the 3rd episode on, then you start working on the mission. Um, this what the Guardians is worrying about, because we know the Guardians and stuff like that is worrying about the Manhunters when they had before the Green Lantern came along. Because think about it, that'd be a smart thing. I think do it just make the Manhunters the villains, the Manhunters that just what the Guardians had before the Green Lantern come. Because you see the anime movie of just the Green Lantern, I think First Flight, or the second one, he find out the secrets behind the Oa Guardian and stuff like that. They had the Manhunters before the Lanterns came in, and plus the Manhunters just were mad that they was replaced, and that'd be a good thing to show the on the background stuff like that
I agree.
of,
Yeah,
of some of the Green Lantern characters. Because you look at it right, this as DC and stuff like that, where they got going, they can make spin-off for days off off of characters and shows and stuff like that they got. If we look at it, uh, unlike Marvel, who try to make up spin-offs that offer characters that nobody cares about. Cause they got an Echo show that off the person that was in Hawkeye. I say, you didn't make us care about Echo. You did you didn't even make us care about Hawkeye. But yeah, how you expect me to watch Echo and play? You did a bad job with Hawkeye. You know what I mean? Because you can't do a good job with a just with an established Avenger in Hawkeye. What would make you think that people just be like one just with Echo, and they pass on one of them to Holly Steinfeld, which she played her character good. But the thing is, it sound like they had her defeating Kingpin. I said, man, shoot, that junk ain't true. Because we know that she can't beat Kingpin. I don't get how they got her to defeat the Kingpin. Dirt. Dirt. Do you know why they got highly stand for a character just to defeat Kingpin, because we know the comic books, it took Spider-Man hard way to go to beat the
Right
Kingpin,
in right for
because be,
Kang for in the movie
yeah,
by
the,
ants. Not
with
by
them
ants.
had that because you look at the comic books,
It's
the
very different. Yeah.
Kingpin the Kingpin is a trained fighter.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Very
But the
different.
thing about it, if you look at Kingpin in the show, he's just a
Right.
sloppy, brutal person with no technique,
Right.
which
Yeah.
don't make no sense.
That's true.
And that's kind of like my problem, because that's what I am actually looking up information on the characters. And top of my opinion, shoot, my expectations get too high by the time shoot I accepted it. I said, okay,
Right.
they bring this Kingpin in. They bring
Yeah.
the one that was in Netflix, and that was the one I was suspecting. The
Yeah.
on the
Same.
Kingpin just for Netflix, because it came
Right.
from Netflix just would kill you in a minute.
Hmm.
And kind of seeing like to me the Netflix series, that on the Netflix Marvel series is better than the Disney Plus ones right now. All except for two
Right.
shows, all all except for Winter Soldier and Hawkeye. That's it. The rest of them
Yeah.
just average.
Agreed.
And that's kind of like my opinion on that, though. That's kind of like my opinion stuff on that. If you look at the because you look at the DC universe got more potential. That got more potential to hold, I think, in my opinion.
Right. Yeah.
And and kind of like for me, right? I don't get what taking Marvel so long to use X-Men and plus the Fantastic Four.
I don't know. Probably rights or something.
No, no,
No.
no, they been had it.
Okay. Probably playing for casting.
And,
Actually.
and and Kevin Feige has said one time, he 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 wanted to use the Fantastic Four, the X-Men first. I say it's darn right that what everybody wants. The
Okay.
X-Men
Yeah.
first.
I don't know why though. Why the
That's the
no
most
reason to
known.
change it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the most known, because that's what, if you look at it, you can tease the Fantastic Four inside the X-Men movie, because those two work together sometimes.
Yeah.
Because you remember that up in the early phases, 1 and 2 in Marvel's, something like this showed the on the hero fighting something on TV, just as a teaser thing inside the movie,
Right.
and you could see what character was next, and then that would be a good thing, in my opinion, if they actually show that. And and plus, like for me, if they do like the DCEU universe, or just the Dark Justice, I would glad to see that in theaters,
Yeah.
because because we know that that Doctor Fate coming, because we know that Constantine coming just for Keanu Reeves,
Right.
because we need a Zatanna, we need a Brother Blood,
Right.
and we need an assistant to go with him. If you look at that Dark, just and no, it was Swamp Thing, because that's what Dari got, Swamp Thing, and that'd be a good one, I think, in my opinion. And kind of like the last thing I want to talk about, it sounds like my that shoot, I don't trust the critics time for Aquaman. I don't,
Right. Yeah.
because we know that we can't trust them. They say dealing with DC because they're biased most of the time.
Right.
That's just me. Because you look at the movies that the critics hype up, compared to the movies that they don't hype up. The movies that they don't hype up sound like the first Wonder Woman. That was actually a good movie. Sound like the first Aquaman. They didn't hype that up. That was actually a good movie as well.
Hmm.
Because it kind of seemed like the critics don't the critics don't know good movies some of the time. Seem like to me, but that just me though. Oh, and this in the stream and barcode. Do you got um if any of your friends it just doing anything on TikTok or YouTube or anything like that, they want to announce or something?
No, actually.
Okay. Okay. I'll see y'all later. I'll see y'all later, YouTube and Twitch. I'll see y'all tomorrow.
Right.